I love this exercise. I use it daily because I am talking every day and singing every day. And that amount of use can create a little tired situation down into my larynx. So when I'm flying on a plane, when I'm driving in a car, when I'm standing on line at a grocery store, I am doing this. And the reason I'm doing it is that the low volume nature of it and the high pitch of it create ask for the folds to become very thin. As they present themselves to one another, there's a very slight vibration, thus the low volume. What that's doing is allowing a massage activity to ensue. Hyaluronic acid is the lubricant of the vocal fold. It is the inside lubricant. It is the oil to the engine. And so what that hum is doing is attracting hyaluronic acid to the very edge of the vocal fold, where it would be needed most, because I'm a blabbermouth. I'm talking all the time. And so this rejuvenates the fold. This is also really great training for breath compression, for breath exercises. This to me is the winner on many levels because it demands a real synchronicity between your airflow and the vocal folds. So let's hear what this sounds like in a couple of scenarios. For the guys, I highly recommend you do this in a very light, thin, heady voice, but it shouldn't be breathy. There shouldn't be a lot of air exiting out of your nose. It should have a clarity to the sound. Like I say, I do this on planes when a person is sitting next to me, and the game is to not let them think there's a mosquito on board. And so in other words, if they can hear you, you're doing it too loud. If you need to be loud to trigger the note, there's a little suspect there that you may have too much swelling. So this is great for reducing swelling. So if I get this, and it's begging me to go and add more force to it, don't get lured into that shoving match. What you want to do is sit there and continue to ask over and over again for that little bit of energy to trigger a sound. That's going to put your brain at work to make sure it's thinning the fold, making sure that the swelling, that the excess fluids in the folds are getting excised out of there. It may take 10 minutes of false starts, but it's worth your 10 minutes if you end up with and whether you use vibrato or not, just think of it as two choices on the menu. It simply is a nervous tremor that's creating that vibrato at that low level. The fold is simply reflecting our nerve pulse going through. And when I'm holding mine steady, which is my choice, I like to hold them steady because, like I said, I'm doing this in public often. And so asking for a very straight tone just allows it to blend into the background atmosphere. It can be done on lower notes, but you just want to make sure you're really feeling a ring, a buzz, very slight on these low notes. I'm kind of feeling that vibrate right around my nasal area here, but not buzzy. It doesn't have a harsh, timbre to it. And up top, as I said before, should just sound like a mosquito. A great training exercise is that you could put a timer to it. And if you can last for 15 seconds on this low volume hum, that's a sure sign of good vocal health. Because it means all systems are aligning with one another and your folds are nice and thin and very pliable. A great sign of vocal health.